Hello everyone and welcome back to another DarkSippy Quick Look. Today we are taking a look at Lethis, Path of Progress. Excuse me. Now this is a pretty new, I'd say it came out in the past 2 weeks, maybe a month at this point, but I want to say it's been only about 2, maybe 3 weeks since it actually released. This is a city building game in the vein of, say, like Skyline, SimCity, Rome, Caesar. I no, not Rome. I don't think Rome was actually whatever. Um, Personally, I'd say it follows. It's closer to the old Caesar games, like Caesar 3 or something like that. Just because you have to micromanage so much littler stuff besides the whole city. Like you have to micromanage like the supplies of goods, foods, and various other things. So I'd say it's more like a Caesar game than anything. But we're going to jump right in. As you can see, there is a difficulty up here. There are tutorials, campaigns, sandboxes. Campaigns are pretty long. I want to say there's like 10 to 15 chapters in the campaign. I think each chapter is one map. But we're just going to do a sandbox. Makes it easier to show you everything that I want to show. This will be a decently fast quick look today. This is literally like the sixth, maybe seventh time I've tried to record this stupid video, and just every time something has come up or happened or whatever. Like it has become like this video has become just a pain in my ass actually. Okay, so like every city builder that you will find here. Sorry, just checking out the map real quick, seeing what's what. Okay, we got some mushroom fields. Got all this fertile land, so that'll be good for later. And so we're going to start right around here. Basically, the really big difference between this game and a lot of the other city builders is that it's set in kind of a steampunk Victorian sort of society kind of deal. Like this giant thing makes little steam capsules. These are actual steam pumps. Like these go on to areas right here. And they produce steam and steam pipes. The biggest goal, though, in the campaign, you actually have goals. Like you have to reach so much in a certain material or so much in a certain way. It tends to vary. But what we're gonna do is I'm just kind of gonna show you the basics of everything. So, like any city builder that you will ever play, you have to start with houses, which are these little things. Houses will have to have a road next to them, and they have to have this, which this is the maintenance man. This basically makes sure that, like that, your houses won't deteriorate and eventually collapse into ruin and like, I mean, it doesn't actually. I was gonna say kill the people in the house, but they just kind of go, "Oh shit, our house collapsed. Let's move on." It's a family-friendly city builder, okay? And then once you get your houses built, get these little things built. Like I said, you kind of need these to protect your houses from deteriorating and everything like that. Now, the biggest kind of, I guess, goal that I can say this game has, especially in the sandbox, is you're basically just trying to build the biggest city you can. I mean, like any city builder. However, to do that, you actually have to upgrade your houses into bigger houses. Like right now, they have like 3 people in each house. They're a level 1. I believe the max level is 10 for a house. So every level they get 3 more people. So at 10, it's like 30 people per house. Maybe it may be a bit more. I don't remember exactly, but it also tells you what they need. So right now, all the houses need access to wells. Let's go ahead and, as you can see, you can actually see where the patrol for the well goes. So he goes really big right here where the biggest green is, and then kind of just teeters off through the entire thing. however, with two wells, everything gets a really decent green, as you can see. Right here, it's a bit lacking, but overall, the biggest part of the green is still touching every house, so we'll just do that. And as you can see, they got bigger. Now they can hold 6 people. And actually, it may double every time it increases in size. I really don't remember off the top of my head the size increase per tier of house. And then, as you can see, more people are moving in, yada, yada, yada. So now that we got this, we need the next size house. Which I need a well to go up here. Oh, there you go. So the next size house, they need food. Well, luckily, we got a river. We're going to go with some fish. And actually, I'm going to go down here for fish. And I always have problems with the fisheries. Okay, so right here, let's do that. We're just going to do 2 for right now. The fisheries do actually have to have access to a road. So from here, we're going to actually come all the way down. Right there. Now, one of the big things with the roads is, as you can see, the well guy will actually go down this way, all the way down to here, and it'll take away from all of this. Like, as you can see, these aren't as big of a green. Well, to get rid of that, you're going to be using a lot of these little roadblocks. And as you can see, they just kind of bounce off the roadblock and everything, and the well is now back to a full green. So the biggest aspect of this game, and the one that I actually kind of like, is the micromanaging of, you have to micromanage every little neighborhood you have. Like, this is what I would consider a little neighborhood. So this neighborhood, you have to basically make self-sufficient by itself before, and really you can expand, but before you expand largely, you need to make this self-sufficient as far as, I'd say probably level 4 or so. And level 4 is actually pretty good set. Okay, so now that we have a fishery, let's go ahead and write 2 between the fish. Let's do this right here. And I'm only going to get 1, but I do actually want a second one. Let's refuse everything, but... So basically with this screen, you can actually adjust each of the little areas, or each of the storage rooms, or the houses, the shops, everything like that, to accept specific things. So for this, we don't have anything else that it needs, or can accept. But eventually I will actually have bread, I will have wheat, I will have potatoes, I will have, well, I don't know about pumpkins, I've never actually, I will have meat for sure. But I don't want this to ever have any of those, because this is literally my fishery. So let's do this. Make a road right there. And now, boom, I got some fishery guys. And we are currently 5% unemployed. So we're getting pretty close to having as much as we can with this level of house. Now we need a new level of house. So to get food, basically these fisheries produce, they can store 200 by themselves, but they will produce fish, send it to here, the granary. And then the granary, so as you can see, boom, and they're stocking up fish. The granary actually will send stuff to, where is it? I will find you. Warning ability. Oh, okay. This is what happens when you don't have a maintenance guy next to your buildings. I always tend to forget this. This is why I made it 2 away from the fishery. I'm actually going to put you right. So now this little guy will protect these things from breaking down. And I'm going to go ahead and put right there. That'll give me enough room to kind of expand a little bit right here. not really go. So basically I had to destroy that rubble. And let's get another fishery. Now what am I at? I actually need 2 more workers right now. So I am completely and utterly full. There's actually taking a little bit of workers from here, or there's not enough workers in there to fill it up. I'm a little in trouble. So, what I'm going to need is I'm going to need to go ahead and produce this. I need a shop. Now, a shop will, like right here, I'm actually going to put it right next to the wall right here. I'm going to need 2 of them. There. Now, with these shops, as you can see, you can adjust what they accept, what they sell, everything like that. Right now, we really don't have to worry about too much. I'm actually going to turn that fishery off right now, just so I can actually get a shop to work. And as you can see, it sends out this little dude, and he's a food supplier. He'll come down here, grab the fish, voila. We'll bring it to the shop. Then the shop will send out these little workers to all the houses. And the food suppliers and things like that can drive past this. The only ones that can't are like these guys. The vendors, the water suppliers, things like that. Like, I love the artwork, actually. Like, the artwork to me is one of my favorite things. And as you can see, these houses are all leveling up now. Now they can produce 9 people, which, awesome. I needed more people to fill out the rest of the rest of these workers, everything like that. But now they need the next level of thing. They need the washroom. And that's really what the game is. That's the basic concepts, is you're literally just... Okay, good, you still have some. You're literally just kind of building up your areas. In the campaign, like I said, you do actually have specific goals that you're working towards. Like, the first level of the campaign is actually to export 40,000 meat to the Emperor, which is all the campaigns are. You have to get the Emperor appeased, kind of deal. Like, whoever the Emperor is of the land, and blah blah blah. I've actually never clicked on the picture of the people coming in. I do like the artwork. The artwork is actually really cool. Let's see. I want to see what the little fish vendor person looks like. But yeah, as I said, so you're basically just expanding on everything, building more people, building more stuff. Eventually you're getting into steam power. You're getting into like the copper, the gold, the iron. I mean, you're managing at eventually a lot of extra stuff. I mean, you manage a crap ton of stuff into one little city. Overall, though, I really enjoy this game. This game they did an amazing job with. And they just kind of released their first big patch that fixes a couple of things that have been going a bit off. Nothing really major, but there was, I believe, a few people that have been having a little bit of problems with stuff. But like I said, I mean, it hasn't been like, oh my god, like it's just broken. At least I don't think it has. I haven't had the problem. I actually haven't had any problems playing the game. I haven't had any glitches, anything like that. So maybe I've been kind of the lucky one. But they have been patching, been trying to keep up with it, everything like that. Been doing a real good job with it. And honestly, if you like city building games, this is definitely a game to check out. I'm not gonna go into a whole bunch of this I'm not gonna go into everything. There's no possible way I'm gonna go into everything. There is a lot to all of this. And it would be a probably like 45-minute to an hour long video if I actually did a full entire this is everything to the game. So I'm not going to do that. If you want to find out the rest of the game, like I said, I really enjoy this. They did a fantastic job with this game. I would definitely check it out if you're even remotely into kind of a city builder management sort of game. This is a game to check out. Why don't you actually close that? And actually, I'm gonna go ahead and build a wash house real quick while I'm just sitting here. I'm sitting here talking. Voila, wash houses. Where are you going? You fucker. It's not pretty enough. Yeah. Okay, and as you see, here's the next level of house. Now they need alcohol, and they need it to be pretty. This is why I did this big area right here, because I want to make these areas a bit more pretty. And as you can see, like as it gets prettier, the roads actually change, all that stuff. Like, I mean, there really is a lot to this game, to tell you the truth. Let's do this next. Houses, and then we'll just do yeah, pretty houses. Except for right here. Right here, they don't. They seem to not like that. But now they do need alcohol. Needy, free people. And I'll go ahead and explain alcohol. Alcohol is pretty simple. You can either have the Abbey, which will make beer using barley. So place the barley. You have to get the barley farms down, get the barley sent to one of the storage houses, which is this. This is a food house. This is a storage for goods, like unprocessed goods, like finished goods, like watch it, like the actual beer would be stored in one of these. So you pretty much have to have 3 to 4 buildings just for beer. Other building for beer is a ranger's den. Ranger's den will actually send people over here to the mushroom fields. Will catch fairies, and I'm not lying about this. Catches fairies with nets and sends the fairies to distilleries to be processed into absinthe. They melt down fairies to make liquor. Such fantastic people, aren't they? And then once you get beer, these people, I think, need a second type of food, which I would probably do ranches. Then they need a third type of food. They need an herbalist eventually. Then eventually they're going to need... I mean, it gets... Exponentially, you have to have more and more just crap for these people. And also eventually, I mean, you get into monuments. Then there's these guys. The mansions are the neediest people in the world. Like, for level 3 or something, you have to have like 6 different goods going to the same houses, and it gets crazy. But like I said, I mean, I enjoy it. I'm enjoying it so far. I'm not very far in the campaign, but what I have played is awesome. Hands down, like, I heartily recommend this game to anyone that even remotely likes a city builder type game. And like I said, it's a city builder. I mean, if you don't like SimCity or games like that, you are not going to like this game. Just, you will not. And, I mean, it has all the micromanaging and everything, but, and the automation towards things, but the automation isn't that big of a deal. Like, you're sending goods from point A to point B, so, excuse me, it's not really automating. It's just micromanaging where everything is going to make sure. And making sure you have enough to keep all of this going. Oh, and they need an exorcist. As you can see, this place is haunted. I think eventually haunted places will actually, like, leave or something. Not entirely sure, but I do want to go ahead and get an exorcist place down. And what am I at for people? 18%. Still got a pretty good amount of people. Even with exorcists being full up. Come on, send out some people. There's somebody. Creepy. And Exorcist will basically just go around and get rid of all the ghosts. And the ghosts, I think, prevent it from actually leveling up to the next part and all that stuff. Not entirely sure. But this is basically all that's to Lethis. Past this, it just gets more complicated, is really what it is. I mean, it does add, like, there are more buildings to it that, like I said, I'm definitely not going to go over because there is so much to it. More buildings, a bit more complicated thing, especially once you start getting into the steam power stuff. Like these are the steam generators. They will produce steam, and then you basically have to send the steam to these things, as well as steam has to go to all mines. So basically, from here, I'm going to have to run a piping network all the way over to here once I start mining copper. And so steam power adds a lot of extra stuff to it also. And there's just really, there's a lot to this game. Like, if you want the full experience of the game, like I said, I'm cutting it right here. If you want the full experience of the game, definitely you're going to have to buy it. Like I said, I rate this game real highly. I'd give it 5 out of 5, or 4.5 to 5 out of 5. And really, the only thing with 4.5 is there's a pretty steep learning curve at the beginning. If you go through the tutorials, you'll get it pretty quick, but there's still some stuff you're gonna miss on, even doing the final tutorial especially. You're gonna have to learn how to work with some of the, like, especially with these things. You're gonna have to work with refusing and accepting in specific areas to keep your entire city happy. And that's really the biggest part of that final thing in the tutorial, is you're having to micromanage all of it. But that's really the only, and it's not even that big of a thing. Like, once you learn the game, you learn the game. It turns out to be a lot of fun. Well, we're going to call this episode here. If y'all like the episode, please hit like, subscribe, check out some of my other content, leave comments, tell your friends. Every little bit helps. And hopefully I will see all of you next time. Later, guys.